Hi, my name's Janet and welcome to 365 Inspired Yoga Classes. Today's day 50 and we're going to take a third round of Mandala Yoga practice, which basically is moving you from the front of the mat to the back of the mat and back and front and around we go. And when we stop, you will know. So as we move into our practice, I like to inspire the practice by something that comes up for me in my relationship and sometimes in my work as a yoga teacher is it seems like I've worked through something and all of a sudden I'm dealing with it again in my relationship, in my work, or in life. And isn't that the truth of life? That we think we've overcome something and here we go again, doing it again. So I think the reason that happens in life is to teach us that life is a circle and it just does repeat itself a bit. And each time we get stronger, we get clarity, and maybe we make decisions that seem to help us in life because of those lessons that we learn over and over again. Okay, enough chit chat. Let's go ahead and get started. We'll start in tabletop position, warming up the body with some hip circles. So as you come to tabletop, let's change the alignment by bringing the knees slightly closer together and walking the hands forward of the shoulders, at least the length of the palm, maybe a little bit more. Let's shift forward, and I often start a mandala class like this just to kind of feel the hips kind of moving around. Take your hips, push them over to the right, and send them back towards your right heel. Swivel them a little bit to the left, come forward. There you go. Keep going around and around. Just feeling your hips warm up. The relationship in the lower back, it's affected by this movement. Just noticing if you're struggling in that area at all. Let's switch directions. Go to the left and back, to the right, forward and up. Around and around. Here we go again. And you know what? We've learned to appreciate the circle, the routine. In fact, your body appreciates that in a 24-hour cycle that you do things similar, like going to bed around the same time, getting up around the same time. Let's come into child's pose. Knees wide, big toes touch, hips to heels, stretch out in front of you, soften your forearms and forehead to the mat. You need to close your eyes and breathe deeply in and out of your nose, cultivating Ujjayi breathing. That same activity we do from the moment of our birth all the way through life until we take our last breath at the end. In our yoga practice, we learn to breathe more deeply, in essence, taking in more of life. Appreciating the circle of your life today, breathe it in. And breathe out. On your next inhale, rise up to tabletop. This time let's realign it a little bit. Separate the knees and feet a little bit, about 6 inches apart. Back the palms up just a little more so they align beneath your shoulders. And as you inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze. As you breathe out, round your spine, drawing your chin to your chest, press the back to the ceiling. See the shape of a circle or feeling in your body. As you inhale, you'll complete half of circle in cow pose. Exhale, there's the other half in cat. 3 more rounds. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. 2 more times. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. 1 last round. Here we go. Breathe in cow. Breathe out cat pose. And then inhale to a neutral table. Curl your toes under and breathe out to downward facing dog. Even our yoga practice can seem a little bit repetitive. Let's warm up by stretching out the hamstrings, pressing the heel to the mat when you straighten the leg, bending the opposite knee, stretching into it. And then coming to stillness, lift your gaze and walk to forward fold. Leave your feet separated, hip distance or more, and sway gently side to side. Appreciate the stretch you're feeling in your lower back. When we repeat the same or similar practice over and over again, we really get in touch with how our body feels in each posture. Release your fingertips to the mat, toe heel, your feet together to touch, leave a sliver between your heels, and round all the way upright to standing. When you reach reach the top, circle your arms over your head, bring your palms together to touch above you. And breathe out to slide your hands down to your heart space. Gaze down over your fingertips or close your eyes. And take a moment here to set your intention to appreciate the circle of life, the circle or the pattern of each day. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, open your eyes and release your palms to your sides. Breathe into mountain pose, coming all the way up. Turn your palms toward each other and soften through your shoulders. Draw your tail under and your belly up and in. And see if you can kind of pull the low ribs together rather than flaring them out. Good. Feeling that steadiness, that smoothness, inhale, look up and breathe out to open into a backward bend. Maybe your arms begin to open a little bit wider. Inhale brings you back up, and exhale, bow forward all the way down. As you come down to the mat, noticing how that feels, find steadiness. I like a softening of the knees for my body. Decide what works for you. And then breathe into a halfway lift, squeezing your shoulder blades toward each other, shifting slightly forward toward the balls of your feet. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, touch the mat, shift onto your right foot, step your left foot to the back of the mat. Keep the back heel lifted and lunge deep into the front knee. Let's just feel this nice deep lunge. A big stretch for the front of your left hip. Lift your gaze just a little bit. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let's straighten the front leg as best you can and stretch down over it. Now, a couple of blocks or a block might be helpful if you need it. Let's get back into the lunge. I'm going to have you walk your hands to the left, coming into a wide-legged forward fold. Stretch down toward the mat. Ease into the back of the legs as you hang out here. Good. And then start to lift up and walk your hands toward the back of the mat. And here the back of the mat begins to become the front of the mat. We're going to get into that lunge, just feeling the stretch. And I want you to push off now the back toes, which for me is the right foot, and step to the back of your mat, allowing the back of your mat to be the front of your mat. Let's inhale, halfway lift, drawing your shoulder blades together. Breathe out, forward fold. And with your next inhale, rise all the way back up to mountain. Second side, here we go. Breathe in to find length, draw your tail under, belly in. Exhale to a gentle or a deep back bend. Breathe in, rise up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And as you exhale, touch the mat, shift to the left foot, and then step the right foot to the back of the mat, getting into that lunge. Drop into the front left knee as the right leg straightens back there. You feel a big hip stretch here, front of the right leg. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, begin to straighten the left leg, bowing down over your left leg. Just a little stretch. It doesn't even have to get all the way straight, but just a good stretch there. On your next inhale, let's lift the gaze, and as you exhale, start to spiral to the right, coming into that forward fold stretch. Take a few breaths here, just warming up. And then begin to round to the front of the mat toward the right foot. Push off of the left toes and step to forward fold. At the new front of the mat, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to mountain. Let's see if we can do this with the breath, flowing one breath to one movement. Exhale into a back bend. Inhale, rise. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. As you exhale, touch the mat and step your left foot to the back of the mat. On your inhale, lift your gaze, get into the lunge. Exhale, straighten the front leg, bow down over the front leg. Breathe in, come back into the lunge, and as you exhale, spiral to the left into a little fold. On your inhale, start to turn to the back of the mat toward the left foot. And as you exhale, push off the right foot and step to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way to mountain. Here we go. Exhale, back bend. Breathe in, rise up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, touch the mat and step the right foot to the back of the mat. Breathe in, lunge into the left knee, lift your gaze, breathe out, straighten the left leg, bow down. Inhale gets you back into the lunge, and exhale to forward fold. Breathe in, spiral to the right, and exhale, push off the left toes and step to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Breathe out, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Let's do it again. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, touch the mat, step the left foot back. Inhale, drop into the lunge, lift your gaze. Exhale to a big stretch, straightening the front leg. Inhale, back to the lunge, and exhale, spiral left into a forward fold. On your inhale, spiral to the left even further into the lunge, and exhale, step forward fold at the back of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain. Oh, the back of the mat is the front of the mat. Let's go. Here we go. Exhale, back bend. Breathe in, rise. Breathe out, bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, touch the mat. Right foot steps back. Deep in the lunge on the left knee as you lift your gaze. Breathe in. Exhale to straighten the front left leg. Breathe in, drop into the lunge. And exhale to a wide-legged forward fold. Breathe in to spiral to the right. And breathe out to step the left foot forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way to mountain. Breathe out, bring your hands to heart center. Whew. That was a little bit wild. Front is back and then back is front. And let's continue the exploration of a mandala practice, a circular practice that takes us forward and back, which can be confusing, but is so exciting and interesting. Stay with me. Let's keep this mandala going. So coming to mountain, breathe in, and then we'll start our sun B by dropping into chair pose. So sitting deep, reaching high. Inhale, maybe sit a little deeper on your exhale. Good. One more deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms and step to high plank. Now you can move through a push-up or weighted down dog. Getting a little stronger here, maybe coming to the knees, high to low plank. Breathe into either a low cobra or press the arms straight, lift kneecaps, and you're in upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, take your right leg high, and breathe out to step it through to a low lunge. Breathe in, rise up to crescent lunge. So as you come up, you're gonna pull the right hip back, left hip forward, lunge deep into the front knee. Go ahead, breathe in. Exhale, opens you up to warrior two. Right knee aligns over the right ankle. Back foot is slightly turned inward. Breathe in, breathe out. On your inhale, rise up to star. We're gonna turn our toes out and exhale into goddess. As the knees drop open, the pelvis drops down, the belly tucks in and the tail tucks under. Breathe in, rise up, and exhale to warrior two to the back of the mat, bending the left knee, turning to the left, arms reach out like the letter T. Breathe in and reverse your warrior. Reach your left hand up, drop into the left knee, lift the gaze. Stay for your exhale, one more big breath in. Breathe out and come to the mat, the back, which now becomes the front as we step back, high to low plank. Breathe into up dog or cobra, and breathe out to downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, inhale, look forward, and breathe out to step to the back of the mat. Breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair. Okay, so we're gonna start again. This time we'll be leading with the left leg, the back of the mat. So sinking down a little bit. And you remember when we did a mandala on day 30, and then on day 40, we made it a little more complicated, and if it seems a little confusing, it's getting a little more intense, but we're getting stronger, more coordinated, so let's go for it. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Breathe out, plant your palms, step back to plank. Breathe in, shift forward. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, lifts you to up dog. Breathe out to downward facing dog. Inhale, takes the left leg high. Exhale, bring it through the low lunge. Inhale, come up to crescent lunge. So as you come up to crescent, pull your left hip back, right hip forward, breathe in. Exhale, opens you up, warrior two to the left. Feeling that warrior two as both arms stretch out, left knee over left ankle, looking good. On your inhale, we're gonna rise up to star, adjust the toes, turn them out like second position in ballet. Exhale, plie, sit into it. Feel your knees open wide, grounded through the feet, shoulders down from the ears. Breathe in, rise up star. Exhale, warrior two to the right. You've got it. Check that the arms are reaching out. Is there tension in your face? Relax your face. Inhale, reverse warrior, right hand high. Maybe gaze up at the right arm. right palm, deep breath in. As you exhale, cartwheel your hands now to the new front of the mat where we started. Step back, flow through high to low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's see how clearly we can run through this. I'll do my best to communicate clearly. Trust yourself, do what's right for you. Breathe and look forward. Exhale, step to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Moving with the breath. Inhale, chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step it back to plank. Breathe in, shift forward. Breathe out, lower halfway. Breathe in, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, star, toes turn out. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, star. Exhale, warrior two to the back of the mat to the left. Breathe in, reverse warrior, left hand high. Exhale, hands down. And flow through high to low plank at the back of your mat. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in, look to the back of the mat. Exhale, step to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair, sit deep, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms and step back. Flow through high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Breathe in, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, star, toes turn out. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, star. Exhale, warrior two to the front of the mat. Inhale, reverse warrior. Breathe out, hands down, step it back. Flow through high to low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We did it. Breathe in, look forward, and exhale, step all the way through. Have a seat. Wow, that was confusing. That was awesome. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Let's work into a little bit of core strengthening here. We're going to start seated on the mat and work through boat pose. So as you come to seated, feel your sits bones connected to the mat. Take your fingers behind your knees, roll your shoulders down and back, lean back, and lift the feet up. So in our yoga practice, we seem to circle back through the same poses over and over again. But the benefit of that is maybe extending the arms. Each time you do it, you learn something about yourself. Maybe today you're feeling even stronger and you want to straighten the legs. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way down. Take a full body stretch. Breathe in. As you exhale, draw your knees into your heart. Rock a little bit side to side. Let's move into some yogi bicycles here. Fingers behind your head. Left leg extends out. Breathe in, and as you exhale, lift and turn to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist left. Keep it going. Stay connected to your body. If you're feeling like this is just too much, you can pump the legs without moving the upper back, upper neck area. If you're feeling really strong, you can try straightening the legs. There's always another layer in yoga. Whew. Last 3, 2. Be sure to finish with the right elbow to the left knee to keep it even. There it is. And release. Hug yourself. Rock side to side. Whew. Let's change direction. Rock open your spine 3 times. Coming all the way up to a seated position. Once you come to a seated position, roll over the legs and bring yourself to high plank at the top of a push-up. Back on my mat just a little. Shift forward and lower all the way down. From here, we'll do a little bit of back strengthening to round out the strength in our core. We did the abs, and now we'll work the back. Begin with a low cobra. Push your feet into the mat, kneecaps off the mat, and breathe in to lift your head up, lift your heart up, lift your hands up off the mat. Stay as you breathe out. Lift a little higher. Exhale, one more breath. Breathe in, and breathe out to release all the way down. Resting maybe your right cheek on the mat. Relax your arms by your side. I love the way our practice follows kind of a circular pattern. We start off mellow, it gets pretty strong, and then we circle back down to stretching it out. We're not done working yet. Let's get into locust pose. Add a bind. Bring your hands behind your back. Chin is on the mat. As you squeeze the palms together, shoulder blades squeeze together, you get to lift your legs up off the mat. Lift your gaze up. Lift just a little higher. And then let it go. Left cheek on the mat, arms by your side. Relax. Let's take this into a real circular fun pose. It's called floor bow, chin on the mat. Kick your feet into your seat, grab your feet, get a good grip. If you can't grab your feet, you can always use a towel or a strap. Push your feet away from your seat, lifting up. A couple breaths here. One more, kick high and breathe out. Let's place our hands underneath our forehead, one hand on top of the other. Rest your forehead on the back of your hands. Bend your knees and windshield wiper your feet to release those back bends. Let it go. And then place your palms beneath your shoulders and push into tabletop and push up and back into downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, breathe in and take your right leg high, and as you exhale, step through to low lunge. Breathe in and come back up to crescent lunge. So we have been practicing pretty strong here for 50 days in a row now. Let's take this into airplane pose by sweeping the arms out like airplane wings. Launch onto the right foot. There you go. Left leg lifts, flowing to the leg. That means pointing the foot and fanning the toes. Good. Let's rise all the way back up to mountain pose. Finding mountain, breathe in. Exhale to a back bend. Breathe in, rise up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, touch the mat, step just the left foot to the back of the mat. Let's press the hips forward, looking up. Breathe in. As you exhale, straighten the front leg. Sounds familiar, this is our sun egg. Inhale, get back into the lunge, and as you exhale, spiral to the left into a forward fold. Let's inhale toward the back of the mat, and there we are. We land with the left foot forward. Let's breathe in, rise up to crescent lunge. Are you ready for it? Here we go. We're going to fly the arms back, launch onto the left foot, and find our airplane. Flowing the foot, which means pointing the foot and fanning the toes. Good. And then bring yourself up to mountain pose. Breathe in mountain, exhale, back bend. Inhale, rise. Breathe out, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, touch the mat, step your right foot to the back of the mat. Breathe in, drop into the lunge with the left knee bending. Exhale, straighten the left leg, deep stretch. Breathe in, get back into the lunge, and as you exhale, spiral over to the right, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, spiral further to the right to the front of the mat, and as you exhale, step forward. Let's round all the way up to standing. Circle the arms high, palms touch, and exhale your hands to your heart space. That was fun. Moving from front to back and back to front. We've worked really hard today. It's time to wind down. Let's flow down to it. Inhale, mountain pose. Breathe out into a back bend. Breathe in, rise up, and exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And as you exhale, we're going to step the left foot to the back of the mat, toe heel the right foot across the mat, and bring ourselves down to pigeon with the left leg back and the right knee bent. You can put a block underneath your right hip if you need to. You can draw the right heel back. The left leg is strong and straight back there. Breathe in to find length and exhale to let it all go. Coming on down. Relax, just breathe. Release and let go. And slowly rise up. We're going to push up and back to downward facing dog, stretching it out. Good. From downward facing dog, look forward and step to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, rise all the way to mountain. Exhale to our back bend. Inhale, rise up. Breathe out, bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, touch the mat, step the right foot to the back of the mat, toe heel the left foot across the mat, coming down to your left shin, left leg, right leg stretches way back. Pigeon, second side. Open open it up, and then surrender forward, adding whatever props you need to, whatever you did on the first side, match it here on your second side. Just breathe. And slowly begin to make your way back up onto your palms. Curl your back toes under and push back to downward facing dog. Enjoy the stretch, perhaps pedaling out the legs like we did in our first down dog, bending one knee and then the other. Push the straight leg heel to the mat. Are you noticing the circle of your journey? How your body's getting more flexible? Look forward and step all the way through. Have a seat on your mat. I'm going to share with you some fun play with a seated twist. To do so, I'm going to face you. You're going to take the left leg under the right, or whatever you'd like, and the right foot over the left. I want you to really feel your right sit bone on the mat as your right hand comes behind you. Take your left hand, reach it up, and as you breathe out, start to twist to the right. Breathe in, lengthen up, and breathe out to turn to the right. 2 more breaths here. Inhale, extend. Exhale, twist. One more time, breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out, twist. On your inhale, come to center, and as you exhale, spiral to the left. Now this is the fun part. If you'd like to try to spin around in a circle, your feet stay located where they are, your butt will lift up off the mat, and your hands get planted as you make a half circle all the way around until you arrive on the other side. And if you didn't arrive, you draw the right knee under you, left foot over the right, left sit bone to the mat, left hand behind you. Breathe in, reach your right hand high, and breathe out to twist left. We've got 3 breaths here. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. 2 more times. Breathe in, extend. Breathe out, twist once more. Inhale, grow tall, and exhale, twist deep. On your inhale, come to center, and exhale, twist to the right. Now, if you want to try it again, your feet stay pretty much where they are. You just plant your palms, lift your tush, and walk your body in a half circle as the feet just sort of spin around on your mat. And maybe you've come back around to where you started. Awesome. Let's take it down to Shavasana. So, as you come to your mat, take it down nice and slow. Hug your knees into your heart. Give yourself a little squeeze. Finish with some happiness. Happy baby, here we go. Draw your knees down toward the mat and your tush back toward the earth, and then rock side to side. Playful, fun, feeling it. And hey, if you're circling through something again and again and again, just pause. And rather than fighting the repeated patterns of life, learn from them, grow. That's what we're here to do. Draw your knees into your heart space and give yourself a squeeze. Draw your forehead up to the knees and tuck yourself into a nice tight ball. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, let it all go. We've come to the end, to Shavasana. And one of my favorite movies is The Lion King. I used to watch it with my little son, Joey, all the time, and now Joey's a dad, and he gets to watch it with his little girl, Avery, and his other daughter, Piper. And Rafiki is like the wise old monkey. He's not a monkey. I can't remember what he's called, but anyway, he said it's the circle of life, and it moves through us all, through despair and hope, through faith and love. So as you soften on your mat, letting go and completing the circle of your practice today, thank you so much for sharing this time, sharing your strength, and sharing your comments. Namaste.